Okay, today I'm going to be shooting my Hi-Point JHP 45 caliber ACP pistol. If you're just now tuning in, you may want to check out my full review of this handgun. The bottom line is, for the price, it's a pretty decent firearm, honestly. But today I'm going to be doing some testing to see how accurate it is and how reliable it is to fire. Right now I'm going to be shooting a distance of about 12 yards. You may or may not be able to see the target because it's zoomed out quite a way. I'm going to go ahead and start off with 9 rounds, and the next set I'll probably zoom up a little bit. So let's see how it shoots today. Okay, and all 9 rounds are exhausted. Now we'll go check the target out now. It might be hard to see from now, but the target actually started to fall down off the tree, so I believe we're getting every round on target. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely. It's really hard to tell because it's like the bullets ricocheted a little bit and ended up tearing up the paper pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to try doing something about that. But as we can see, they did go on target for the most part. At least several rounds in the red here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try. Okay, again, I'm gonna be shooting a distance of about 12 yards. I changed my target a little bit to a softer stump. I'm hoping that bullets will go through a little bit easier and not tear up the target as much. And I am shooting this kind of ammo, the tall ammo. It's Russian made ammo. It's about the cheapest stuff you can get, and probably about the dirtiest firing. So my thought is, if it can chew through this ammo, which it has done so far, it'll probably chomp down on anything. And so far I have shot 59 rounds total. Now in the first 50 rounds I shot off camera, and then of course the last 9 rounds. This time I'm going to be shooting 10 rounds per turn. The magazine does hold 9 rounds, so I'm going to put one in the chamber just to ensure that every single round, including the first round on a full magazine, will fire. Now this time I am going to zoom up on the target so you can kind of see the shots right where the placement is being, or right where the placement is, I mean. Okay, and that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and check it out. And all 10 rounds are out. So let's go check on that. Okay, this time I'm going to fire, focus the camera on the gun so you can check out the recoil a little bit. Now, one thing I pointed out in the review, and that I want to show you again, is that whenever you load a new magazine in, well, first of all, after you fire the last round, the magazine is going to lock open, which is pretty standard for almost any semi-automatic, which is a good feature. Now, you insert your fresh mag, and you'll notice that there is no slide release button. So that means that the only way to put the new round into the chamber is to pull back on the slide and let it fly. Now, which is fine. A lot of people are going to do it that way anyways. However, I prefer to have the slide release button, because as I drop the new mag, or the old mag, put a new mag in, and I'm getting my left hand into the firing position, I can use my right thumb to hit the slide release button and inject a new round. Taking the left hand up on a slide takes more time, in my opinion, and at least for me it does. Now, as I pointed out, the magazine holds 9 rounds, so from this point forward I want to keep 1 round in the chamber, shoot 10 rounds at a time to make sure that it's going to consistently feed the first round on a full magazine. Sometimes guns will have problems with that, and I think you can pretty well see my gun when I'm firing. So let's go ahead and check it out. And the target's definitely okay. Keep shooting. And we're out. And like I pointed out, I'm shooting some pretty cheap Russian made ammo, and it is chomped through every single round so far. This gun, at least in my limited amount of testing, has proved to be very, very reliable. And they do say that in the first 100 to 200 rounds, there's a certain amount of break-in period where you may get a little bit of jamming, which I have not experienced at all. So I'm going to continue firing, but in my opinion right now, and my experience so far, I think that this has proven to be a very reliable gun. Yeah, it's heavy, but guess what? For the price and the reliability and accuracy, you're not going to beat it. You're not going to find a better deal. Now, as I've mentioned several times, and what you've always probably heard about the Hi-Point JHP 45 caliber handgun, is that it is heavy. And like I also said, I don't think you're going to find it to be a concealed carry option. Though it is possible, you're probably not going to do that. Most full-size guns are not going to be concealable very easily. Not to mention it's going to weigh down the user quite a bit, particularly this model, which is heavy. But now you can see how I have it. Okay, let me zoom down a little bit, or pan down. I actually have it on my tactical vest in a magazine pouch, and it actually fits very comfortably that way. And honestly, I really don't feel the weight of it carrying around. I could walk around all day with this. Of course, I do have quite a bit of gear on, so a gun that weighs almost 3 pounds isn't going to be that noticeable. But my point is, if you're going to be carrying it out in the woods, perhaps on a hunting expedition or on a hike where you want to have some protection, if you get a holster that may go on a hip or something similar to this, or a shoulder holster, I don't think you're going to have a problem with it as far as the weight issue. And as we know, the heavier the gun, it does reduce the recoil. So yeah, it's heavy, but at least it does help minimize recoil a little bit. Now for this shooting round, I'm going to try kind of more quickly firing, like I am in a defensive encounter where I got to protect my life a little bit. So I'll be a little bit more moving around, and I'm sure a little bit less accurate, but again, we'll kind of see how the gun handles up. So with that said, here we go. Not too bad. Let's go up and check out the target. Again, I was moving around. I'm sure definitely less accurate. Not extremely familiar with the gun yet, but put quite a few rounds on target. And honestly, I would be happy with that in a real encounter. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 10 rounds on the target while moving. And I was definitely rapid firing there. Not bad. One on the almost dead center bullseye. Not bad. Again, the gun chambered and fed and shot every single round without a problem. Very good, very good. Okay, for the last 10 rounds of the tall ammo I have, we'll go ahead and zoom up on target a little bit. Yeah, I already fired at it. Okay, whatever, no big deal. I'm going to be shooting pretty much right beside the camera. The distance again about 12 yards, maybe 10 yards now. Moved up a little bit. But let's go ahead and check out the accuracy again. And 10 rounds out, no jamming problems yet again. Very nice, very nice. Okay, that does it for the tall ammo. From now on, I'm going to be shooting with Federal Ammunition Champion 45 ACP, and I prefer this ammo better actually because they use brass casing. So if you want, you can reload, and if not, if you don't reload, you can even pick up the brass, possibly sell it to someone who does reload. So, and it's actually the same exact price as what the tall ammo was. So, which is kind of weird. Not that the tall ammo is bad ammo. I think Russian ammo is decent, but it's dirty. So in some guns that's going to be a problem. But it fed through them all perfectly. So now I'm going to see what the Hi-Point 45 will do with the Federal ammo. So it'll be pretty cool to find out. Oh, incidentally, I don't know, a few shootings ago, a few recorded sessions ago, off camera, I dropped the gun in the snow. I just kind of picked it up, brushed it off, make sure that the barrel wasn't obstructed, and started shooting, and it was fine. So it's not a gun that you really have to baby, and for the price, you don't have to worry about it. But it's good to know that you can at least get it a bit dirty and it's still going to fire. I mean, time will tell just how much it can hold up to. So let's go ahead and check out the Federal ammunition. Rounds were out, no jams. Okay, hung another target up on the tree. We'll go ahead, fire 10 more rounds of Federal and see how it does. Rounds out, no jams. Okay, 10 more rounds of Federal. Let's check out, see how she shoots. This time I'm going to try to put the sight targets, or the sights, a little bit lower than I was before. In other words, put the sights so that they're below what I want to shoot. Because I think, according to how I was shooting, it was shooting a little bit high. Let's check it out though. Another 10 rounds and she's out. Okay, 20 more rounds of the Federal ammo. This time we'll give you a little more zoomed out view of how it shoots. And let's go ahead and engage the target. Okay, and if that was a bad guy, he would be dead. Again, no jams, Federal ammo. Okay, and this is going to be the last 10 rounds of the Federal ammo. We've already put 90 rounds, actually already put 140 rounds through. No jams, no failure to feeds, fires, etc. Just plain, accurate, reliable shooting. And here's the last 10 rounds. Just see how she does. And unfortunately, we're out. It's just so much fun to shoot a 45, 200 bucks. You can't beat this, seriously.